Hey guys, we're here in their wonderful garage on top of the world once again. You can see all of Orlando, all the wind. Someone did a little graffiti there. So it's starting to become my favorite place. It's a pretty cool place. So a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram, and then my Facebook friends that watch my channel know what happened yesterday. And some of you might not be too happy. But as you guys saw from the opening video, I'm a new owner of a 2019 Mustang Bullitt right there. And God, it looks so good with these wheels. I'm getting goosebumps. It's insane. You guys can see the big brakes with the calipers and the wheels. They just look wonderful. I love this Highland green color. It looks so good. Look at that wonderful color and that wonderful car. It looks so good. So yesterday, that's what I did. That's what my whole Saturday was. I drove to Tampa for about an hour to look actually at a Kona Blue Mustang. And why did I want to do the change? Well, I'll talk to you guys about this in a minute. First, I want to highlight the differences between this car and my premium Mustang GT that I had that was a 2018. There's not many differences, but the Bullitt comes with its own little features. First, I want to talk about the exterior features. There's quite a few. Some of you guys are familiar with them, some of you may not be. There's subtle features. So I'm going to start with the back. And you can see, let's start from the bottom to the top. You can see down here, they got rid of the little fins or diffusers. They made it a lot more cleaner. There's nothing there now. It's just like one whole piece. And then we can look at the pipes. I believe these are the nitro finish, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But the nitro finish that comes on the 4 Raptor. So they have that. They have the dual pipes. And since we're still talking about the exterior, it does have the Bullets come standard with the active exhaust on these cars, which sounds so good. I'll show you guys a sound clip soon. And then the next thing is you only see this Bullitt, I guess, badge, if you want to call it. It's like the kind of like a gas cap type of thing. So it's been a long time since I watched the original movie, Steve McQueen's Bullitt. I believe the way you filled up the car was back here. So this is why it looks like a gas cap. And then when it comes to the back, that's pretty much it. Everything else is the same as the GT, the lights and everything, it's all the same. Then we can move on to the side. There's nothing special about it except the 5.0 badges are not there. So if the 5.0 badges are not there, a lot of people will think, like, if you just look from the side of the car, people will think that's an EcoBoost, unless they know that the Highland green is, it's the only color that comes, well, not the only color, but it's one of the colors that comes with the Mustang Bullitt. The Bullitt only comes in black and the Highland green. You know, it's also different from, I believe, the 2008 Mustang Bullitt, so it's a little bit different. And then we can look at the brakes. The brake calipers are painted red, and we obviously have the big old Brembo calipers up in the front, which they stop really nice. And if you guys know, the Bullitt is based on the Performance Package 1 Mustang GT, so a lot of the features will be very similar. So let's keep on going. The other part of the exterior on the side, you can see this like chrome, which actually it's starting to grow on me. It's unique. You don't see it a lot. I know some European Mustangs used to have this, but you don't see a lot of that. And then we can move to the front. The front looks pretty much the same. There's no change in the lower valance down here. However, you see this honey mesh comb grille that doesn't have the pony badge, doesn't have any badges at all, which I love how it looks. It looks very clean and sort of a little bit mean. And that's pretty much it for the exterior. If I missed anything, please let me know, guys. I'm still trying to learn and educate myself about this car. It's really hot here in Orlando today. After Hurricane Dorian went through, it looks like it sucked up all the moisture, it sucked up all the rain, the coolness. So the last few days have been very hot. This weekend, actually, there's a heat advisory, I believe, in Tampa, so people stay hydrated. I'm gonna go inside the car. But before that, I want to give you guys some exhaust clips so you guys can see what the car sounds like. Next, let's talk about the engine. What do you get with the Mustang Bullitt, and why does it sound so good? Well, there's a few things. You get the GT 350 intake manifold. You also get the 87mm throttle body, which is, compared to the GT, gets the 82mm throttle body. And of course you get the GT 350, this open air intake cone type of thing, which I believe it does stay cooler. I don't know. I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to keep it the way it is because I like it. I mean, it's basically an aftermarket intake that I don't want to have to replace or anything. And there's no point, again. You also get, obviously, the performance pack Bullitt right there. Sway bar, which helps a little bit with the handling. And one thing I forgot to mention is this car came with the... Well, actually, we'll talk about this later. But yeah, this is what the engine looks like. It doesn't have the 5.0 cover right there. You get a few different changes with this car. You also get the limited slip differential in the back, which is awesome. And one thing I already know that I'll have to do is change this. I had it changed with my GT, but I do want to get the actual struts. But I do think the engine bay looks a little bit better than the regular GT. And also you get an extra 20 horsepower, which can help. You know, 20 horsepower, you can't really feel much of that, but anything helps. In addition, the torque curve is more flatter through the RPM range, so it feels like the car is a little bit faster than the regular GT. However, this car is slower than my GT due to it being a manual, as you guys saw. So let's go inside and let's talk about what the car comes inside. I want to get out of this heat. You can see I'm already kind of starting to sweat. So I'm gonna go back inside and my camera is starting to overheat as well. The AC is blowing, it's really hot, but let's talk about this. So you guys can see from the back, $51,880. That's not what I paid for the car. They had some really good rebates if you went through Ford Motor Company credit. I financed it a little bit of this car. I was lucky that my previous car was paid off, so I didn't have to put down much on this, and I didn't have to finance much at all. But this car comes, as you guys can see, the basic performance package items, and you can see that here the 87mm throttle body that comes with this, which is listed on there. The active exhaust, and so on. You guys can you know, pause the video and look through this. However, I got the optional equipment, which is the Bullitt electronics package, and that comes with a Bang & Olufsen system, which is this right there, and there's in the trunk there's a subwoofer. And then also the next important thing is this right here, the Magna Ride damping system. I mentioned that to you guys. It rides really good. I really love that. Well, I don't wish, because it would have been a lot more expensive, but I wish my previous GT had that. It rides very nice. And this all with the destination, etc., leads to that amount. I believe I paid something like 45 or 46 for it, so they were about $5,000 in their MSRP, which to me, I think that's a pretty good deal for a car that right now has 122 miles, and that includes a drive from Tampa to Orlando. I would take that. That's really good. So let's talk about the interior. So the interior of the Bullitt, the digital dash comes standard. I'm so glad I got to keep this. It also has this, if you guys can see, this green stitching. It's kind of hard to see in the dark, especially with this car came with tinted windows that I guess came from the dealership. But you can see the green stitching. It's not on the e-brake, which is kind of random because you have the black stitching here and then you have the green stitching here. I don't know why they decided not to do that. But the green stitching is all over the place. It's even on the seats. The seats are the same as the premium. It also has this aluminum, I guess machined aluminum trim, which looks, to me, it looks a lot better. It looks really nice. It comes with the performance package gauges, which is awesome. I really like these gauges, especially at night. They kind of light up. It looks really good. I already mentioned the sound system, the upgrade sound system that comes with that. And also here you can see it says Bullitt and also the build number. So this car is 7,715th car for the year 2019, which is pretty cool. It's not like some type of a limited edition car, whatever, whatnot. They've made quite a lot of those, but it's really cool to know the chassis build. Your VIN number, little detail, your VIN number would not match what the chassis number is. So basically what happens is they make the VIN number, they let it sit for a minute, and then they build the chassis, which is a little bit different. That's why the difference. And also the main important thing is the difference between my GT and this is this right here. And the Bullitt does get a different cue ball shifter, which is nice. It also gets a shorter throw shifter from the factory, which is also cool. But this was the most important part. In addition, I forgot to mention the technology package also comes with memory seats and the blind spot monitoring, which is really good. That helps, you know. I always check my mirrors, but that helps if you miss something. I want you guys to see first point of view why I picked this car, and I want to talk a little bit about it. I know this video is getting a little bit longer than usual, but I'm trying to, you know, share my experience with you guys because I'm really happy. I want to share my experience with you guys, and also I got finally a head strap, which I want you guys to see again. First point of view driving experience. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, and I'll be right back with you. Here we are driving the Bullitt. I'm not sure how well you can see. I'm kind of tall, so I hope you guys are not just like staring into this little thing over here. But why did I trade in my GT, and why did I decide to go with a Bullitt? Well, at first, let me start the story. I didn't really want it to go. I wasn't really planning on buying a Bullitt, put it that way. I wanted to go back to driving a manual car. If you guys, a lot of you guys know, I started with the GTI, which I did a lot. The dual clutch there was a phenomenal transmission. So I bought the GT thinking it's gonna be a similar experience. Well, yes, it was a similar experience. However, the automatic acts very different than a dual clutch transmission, and I did not like that. The dual clutch I could shift on my own if I wanted to. The automatic, you could shift it with the paddles. It wasn't the same experience. So I wanted to get back into a manual. So initially I was going to go with a manual Kona Blue Mustang, a base model with the 301A package, so it would have had this center stack. However, when I took my girlfriend to look at it, and she didn't like the color. So she's to blame why I did buy this Bullitt. Actually, no, thanks to her, she made me realize that I needed, if I was gonna change cars, I needed to upgrade. What it means is, yes, I was gonna spend a little bit more money. However, I would have had more fun. And by getting a manual, and especially getting the Bullitt, it's such a unique car. It's a little bit different. It gets upgrades. It's very similar to my GT, but it also gets upgrades. So what does that mean? It's basically I'm upgrading the car where I'll have more fun. And she even said that herself. Is when we started talking about the Bullitt, my expression changed. It changed because with the Kona, it was a base car, and it being a base car, I wasn't, you know, I would have been fine because it would have been manual, but I wouldn't have had as much fun. And going with the Bullitt, it's different. It's a different experience. It's a manual. It looks beautiful, and it's a made-up car to where you don't really want to change much to it. I will still make my own little touches. You guys can see I already put the wheels, which I think they look great. However, I don't think there's much to do to this car. It has a wonderful sounding exhaust, as you guys saw earlier in the video, and also it looks great on the inside. It's very comfortable. The Magna Ride is phenomenal. So I'm very, very happy with this purchase, and I want to again thank my girlfriend for, you know, talking things out, talking to me about it, and discussing this with me. So in the comments, let me guys know what do you guys think of my purchase. Was it a worthy replacement of the GT? I know it's going to be slower than the 10-speed, but the fun is in this car, and it's really, really awesome car. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. There's many more videos to come, especially with this wonderful car. I really, really love this car. And please like the video. That means a lot to me. It helps my channel grow. It helps my channel be shown to other viewers just like you. So I appreciate you guys for staying. I appreciate you guys for watching. I know this video is longer, but I'll catch you guys later.